After ranking every Messi and every Ronaldo hat-trick, it was time to put them head to head.
This is not over!
With over 200,000 votes across 2 weeks, we saw comebacks, we saw upsets, but after the dust settled, who came out on top? Welcome back to Ice Pack Sports, the internet's coldest football show. I'm your host Ian, and today we're finding the greatest hat trick of Messi and Ronaldo's collective tally in the world's most coveted tournament, El Hattricko.
Fight!
For our first matchup, we had my Messi 1 seed for his hat trick against Real Betis, starting with a free kick, putting as much curve on it as Kylie Jenner's plastic surgeon, followed by a simple finish from a Suarez back heel and a Puskás runner-up chip that was so good it even had the Betis fans giving him a standing ovation. Going up against him is my Ronaldo 8 seed for his poker against Andorra. I'm a vocal supporter of farming, but a country with a population of 79,000, stopping Ronaldo is as likely as an American being able to point out Andorra on a map. And speaking of America, with shooting this dangerous, you'd think Ronaldo's from the land of the free himself. Unsurprisingly, with 70% of the votes, Messi ran away with it, leaving Ronaldo to tend to his farm. For our second matchup, we have my Ronaldo 1 seed for his poker against Celta Vigo, scoring a long shot that dipped faster than a South American player after their first paycheck, a cracking free kick that could have only been stopped by one man, a classic Ronaldo tap-in, and a rocket of a header straight off a corner, and his opponent my Messi 8 seed for his hat-trick versus Deportivo La Coruña, featuring a long shot so good it turned Ray Hudson into a seagull, and the best human-to-bird transformation since Richarlison, as well as a solid right foot finish after a beautiful pass from Cesc, and a dazzling run that sent the opposition right back to the beaches of La Coruña. This was always going to be a tall task for Messi, but he didn't go out without a fight. It ended up so close I needed to enlist VAR to double check. Fortunately, Lee Mason wasn't in charge of this one, and I actually remembered to draw the lines, revealing the winner by only 2 votes. Ronaldo vs Celta Vigo. Our third matchup features my Messi 2 seed for his hat-trick vs Sevilla, featuring a cracking top corner volley, a perfectly placed weak foot finesse, and a disrespectfully casual chip to close it out. This is the definition of football art and deserves to be hung in the Louvre.
The Louvre?
And his opponent, my Ronaldo 7 seed for his hat-trick against Sweden. This do-or-die match had Ronaldo and Zlatan fighting for their life with World Cup qualification on the line. Both put on masterclass performances, with their footballing ability only being matched by their egos.
A FIFA World Cup without me is not worth watching.
I am Zlatan.
Showing out with 3 fantastic runs and finishes, Ronaldo shut up all the Zlatan fans who thought the peak of comedy was replacing Ibrahimovic's name in recycled Chuck Norris jokes.
Zlatan's father's name is Zlatan Jr.
With over 30,000 votes, this one clearly sparked some serious debate, but in the end, Ronaldo took it home as our first upset with 55% of the votes. For our fourth matchup, we have my Ronaldo 2 seed for his hat-trick against Atletico, starting with a free kick that had Courtois stuck to his position, like Chelsea fans that still think Frank Lampard is a good coach.
I've called this press conference to announce that we want you to support someone else.
He followed it up with another cracking long shot and confident penalty that even 9'4" Courtois couldn't reach. This performance was so embarrassing, it had Thibaut taking off time to go visit his family. And his opponent, my Messi 7 seed for his hat-trick versus Real Zaragoza. The Zaragoza defenders started off on a low, conceding a header to a literal garden gnome, but it only got worse with the way Messi manhandled them on the second goal. Considering how he toyed with them, the defenders had more issues with Lionel than Joao Felix with a FIFA sponsorship.
Hey, sport. Oh, come on!
I thought this one was going to be neck and neck, but it was anything but. Ronaldo dominated the poll, winning by the largest margin so far with 76.5% of the votes. For this matchup, we've got my Messi 3 seed for his hat-trick versus Mallorca, starting out with a stunning top corner left foot curler, followed by another perfectly placed left foot curler, and closing out with, you'd never guess, another top corner left foot curler. He was out there looking like me in FIFA 22 with the way he was abusing OP finesse shots. But can Messi say he got 16 wins in Weekend League? Didn't think so. His opponent was my Ronaldo 6 seed for his hat-trick versus Sevilla. The fact that Ronaldo's left foot is called his weak foot is downright disrespectful. How can the same term be applied to Ronaldo and Robin? One's weak foot drops defenders and bangs long shots, while the other is simply a prop to stop them from falling over.
I've got one, but just to stand on it.
Clearly the voters can appreciate some good finesse shot spam, because Messi locked in 67% of the votes and is moving on to the next round. Next up, we've got my Ronaldo 3 seed for his hat-trick versus Celta Vigo. Starting with a bang, this long shot moved back and forth more than Juventus points tally this season.
Snip snap, snip snap, snip snap!
Following it up with 2 more brilliant left foot finishes, Ronaldo confirmed he indeed does not have a weak foot. And his opponent, my Messi 6 seed for his hat-trick against Malaga. Not even the UCL eggs could predict Messi having the best header on this list. But here we are. Somehow scoring 2 more dazzling solo runs in the same game was more predictable, with Messi dropping defenders becoming as common as Argentinian strikers forgetting how to play football. This one yet again came down to just a few votes. Something about Celta Vigo just brings out the competitive side in people, but winning by only 9 votes was Ronaldo vs Celta Vigo for the second time. For our next matchup, we've got my Messi 4 seed for his hat-trick against Celta Vigo. Sometimes it legitimately feels like Messi is better at free kicks than penalties, and this hat-trick just proves it. I'm no math whiz, but 2 free kicks, 1 penalty, easy maths. Or his opponent, my Ronaldo 5 seed for his hat-trick versus Switzerland. Time and time again, Ronaldo proves that he turns up for the big moments, with this World Cup match being no different. The only choking Ronaldo knows is the impressively well executed choke slam he pulled off against Al Hilal.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Hearing Celta Vigo, I pulled out my calculator expecting a bloodbath, but I guess that's only the case if it's Ronaldo playing them. With a whopping 72% of the votes, Ronaldo's moving on to the next round. And the final matchup of round 1, my Ronaldo 4 seed for his hat-trick against Malaga. Ronaldo scored a fairly simple side foot volley, a winding run that had the defenders as confused as Klopp finding out that Thiago speaks Uruguayan, as well as a beautiful acrobatic backheel that even Zlatan would approve of. And his opponent, my Messi 5 seed for his hat-trick against Hattricko. After months away from the field spending time with family, Courtois decided it was time to return, only to be met by a Messi masterclass that made Courtois and the entire Hattricko defense look easier to get past than his dog. Apparently the people enjoy seeing Courtois suffer, because we had another clear winner with Messi vs Hattricko getting 71% of the votes.
Round 2, fight!
For our first quarterfinal, we have the winner of matchup 1, Messi vs Real Betis, and his opponent, the winner of matchup 3, Ronaldo vs Sweden. Despite Ronaldo's heroics being enough to take down Zlatan, they weren't quite enough to take down Messi on this one, with Messi collecting 62% of the votes. Our second quarterfinal is outright civil war, with the winner of matchup 2, Ronaldo vs Celta Vigo, and his opponent, the winner of matchup 4, Ronaldo vs Hattricko. With how much he loves looking at himself, Ronaldo was probably overjoyed with the opportunity to take himself on.
I will love it. And I think I deserve it.
Despite Ronaldo's best efforts, Ronaldo is going through, with 74% of the votes going towards his match versus Atletico Madrid. continuing Courtois suffering for another round. Our next quarterfinal features the winner of matchup 5, Messi vs Mallorca, and the winner of matchup 7, Ronaldo vs Switzerland. Things were getting a little bit too heated, so Messi did them a favor and helped Switzerland stay neutral by knocking them out. Ronaldo was just unfortunate collateral damage, with Messi picking up 57% of the votes. Our last quarterfinal features the winner of matchup 6, Ronaldo vs Celta Vigo, and his opponent, the winner of matchup 8, Messi vs Atletico. Going 3 for 3 in his matchups, Messi completed his sweep of the quarterfinals, with his hat-trick versus Atletico getting 62% of the votes. In unusual fashion, Ronaldo struggled as much in these knockouts as commentators covering Napoli's games.
Round 3, fight!
For our first semi-final, we've got another civil war with the winner of matchup 9, Messi vs Real Betis, and his opponent, the winner of matchup 11, Messi vs Mallorca. Despite Messi doing his best to intimidate Messi, his attempts fell short, with Messi locking up the win. With a massive 77% of the votes, Messi vs Real Betis is on to the final. For our next semi-final, we have the winner of matchup 10, Ronaldo vs Atletico, and the winner of matchup 12, Messi vs Atletico. With only one Ronaldo contender left in the running, Ronaldo fans came out in droves to support their man however they could.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
And their efforts clearly paid off, with Ronaldo vs Atletico storming away, taking 66% of the votes to move on to the final. Before we announce the winner, quick reminder to subscribe, as each subscriber represents a fan in the Ice Pack Stadium, and I dream of filling the biggest stadium in the world. Since the last video, we've blown past the capacity of not only the first stadium, but also the second and third, meaning we now reside in the Azersan Arena in Azerbaijan. As nice as it is to be in a stadium that doesn't require my entire brain capacity to pronounce, the next one is even better. So let's push for that upgrade.
Final round, fight!
To decide who takes on the crown and wins arguably the most important accolade of their career, it comes down to one matchup. The winner of the first semi-final, Messi vs Real Betis, or his opponent, the winner of our second semi-final, Ronaldo vs Atletico. Starting off 2,000 votes behind, making the best comeback since Rob Holding's hairline, being crowned the champion of El Hattricko, is Ronaldo vs Atletico. Despite having only one contender in the top 4, Ronaldo did what he does best and pulled through when the odds were stacked against him. If you didn't get to have your say in this one, don't worry, there's going to be plenty more opportunities in the future. Next time we're going to be tackling the debate of England's greatest ever midfielder, so stay tuned for that. And as always, thanks for watching, and stay icy.